Tim Cook. You mad lad? You finally did it. An 8-core MacBook Pro was announced today by Apple. 8 cores. I never thought I would see the day to have so many big, beautiful cores all in one beautiful Apple machine. Now, Apple's saying, of course, that this is going to be a desktop grade machine. I don't know, but with 8 cores, you could do some serious damage in Final Cut Pro. If you're rendering, maybe you're doing some fluid dynamics. An extra 2 cores, which is what they're giving us, is gonna make an absolutely insane difference, especially for video editors. So without further ado, let's jump into the story here. Apple today announced the surprise launch of a new 13 and 15-inch MacBook Pro. Surprise, y'all. The updated machines feature Intel's 8th and 9th generation processors, with the high-end model featuring an 8-core CPU for the first time ever. Now, according to Apple, the new MacBook Pro offers 2 times faster performance than a quad-core MacBook Pro and 40% faster performance than a 6-core MacBook Pro, 40% faster than the one I just bought. Now, the new 13-inch MacBook Pros, of course, aren't getting a 6-core. They're gonna stick with the 4-core, but the 15-inch model has the 6-core and the 8-core monster available for your purchasing pleasure. What is going on in Apple? For years, they were updating the MacBook Pro maybe once a year, safe, reliable. And now, I don't know what's going on. Every time I buy a MacBook Pro, Tim Cook, he's watching out for my purchase order. He's like, here it comes, y'all. Are you ready? And he presses the release button and releases some brand new MacBook Pro that I would have rather had. I think in the last 12 months, we've had 3 MacBook Pro releases. That's a first time ever, as far as I know. So check this out, from Cult to Mac, you'll get to enjoy up to twice as many Alchemy plugins in Logic Pro 10. You'll render 3D scenes up to twice as fast in Maya Arnold. You'll get to apply complex edits and filters up to 75% faster in Photoshop. Now, if you're a video editor, I think this new 8-core machine is kind of a no-brainer. Final Cut takes advantage of all those cores, especially when you're rendering, and now you'll be able to edit up to 11 simultaneous multicam streams of 4K in Final Cut Pro 10. The other big question that we definitely need to know, in this slim, sleek design, is this form factor capable of cooling all 8 cores so that they can run at their advertised clock speeds? I don't know, we have to wait and see on that one. I don't wanna have to use my MacBook Pro in Siberia, Alaska, the walk-in freezer at my local Costco just to get it up to its base clock speeds. No ma'am. And I am definitely worried about that. A lot of Apple computers have throttling issues. They keep making these things super thin and super light. They do that at the expense of cooling capability, which means oftentimes the chips just cannot cool themselves efficiently. And so what happens? You get throttled. Why did I make that horse noise? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Now, you might be wondering what else is new. Of course, the other big piece is a 4th generation butterfly keyboard in the new MacBook Pro. 4th generation, Apple has been dogged with problems on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd generation butterfly keyboards. But in this new 4th generation butterfly keyboard, Apple says they have added some new special material to the butterfly scissor mechanism to make it more resilient. And they say that that should resolve a lot of the problems, but they say that with every generation of the keyboard. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. What I do find to be rather interesting though is Ming-Chi Kuo, the only Apple analyst who ever gets anything right, said that Apple is working on an entire redesign of the MacBook Pro line, and it was rumored to be coming out this year, and then he said it was gonna be pushed till 2020. And now I'm thinking, it doesn't seem like Apple is necessarily going to be fixing the butterfly keyboard. We were all hoping they were gonna change the design entirely and replace it with something that wasn't having any problems. The more they fix the keyboard, the more I think that's not what they're gonna do. They're just going to keep trying to improve it here and improve it there to cut back the amount of problems and maybe eventually resolve the major issues that people are having. I don't know if it's possible though. There seems to be something really wrong inherent to the design of the butterfly keyboard mechanism, which is why it keeps having problems. But here we go, 4th generation, 4th time's a charm. Maybe, we'll have to see. So now the question is, do I man up and spend the $4,000 to replace this machine to go up to the 8-core, the octa-core times 2 CPU on the new MacBook Pro? This machine is 5 months old and renders things just fine, but you know what? We gotta convince ourselves that it's worth the money, am I right? Click the like button if you agree. My name's Erfon Elijah. Gadget Hunter. I'm on the prowl for all the best gadgets and tech news on the web. I'll be back with even more content so soon, you won't believe it. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Baby, Tim, you mad lad. You mad lad, you did it. You bear. I can't believe it.